Alrighty. Good morning, y'all. Looks like we got video, audio, we got an audience. Woohoo! Good morning, everybody. Let's get the camera adjusted a little bit there. Glad everybody could be here today. I think I've said morning to most of y'all in the chat. Don, James, Ronald, Rune, let's see, Mika Wolf, Brian, Starry Lock, who else is here? Yep, I think that's about it. Sorry if I missed somebody. Just trying to go through the chat here. Mr. Hooligan, good morning. Got a few people here this morning, so hope everybody's doing great today. I want to start this off, and I don't have. I've got one of my moderators here, Rune, but I know he just said he was on the phone. Kind of wish Night Owl was here, but anyway. Kind of a serious note here on the start. I want to keep today's chat and video completely free of any discussion or references to American politics. All of us are sick of it right now at this point. That's all we've heard since, forever ago. We're going to take a breather. It's going to be about locks. It's going to be, locks, cats, tools, hardware, food, anything else except that. So please, I'm asking nicely, no references to any politics or the election or anything like that. I'm asking nicely. So anyway, just putting that ground rule down. There's Night Owl. Woohoo! Just in time. Don't know if you caught that, but Night Owl, since you're one of my moderators, then I just asked everybody nicely today for today's chat. Please, absolutely no references or discussions today about politics or the election. I think we all need a breather from that. We all need a little safe space virtually. Anyway, so I would really appreciate that. Like I said just a second ago, I think everybody is sick and tired of hearing about it, and so we're going to discuss anything and everything but that. So, with that having been said, good morning, y'all. Glad you're here. Let's see. Thank you, Night Owl. Do as the man said. Good morning, James. Rune. Yeah. Don. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Enough of that silly, stupid shenanigans. So, anyway, hope everybody's had a great week. It's been just another week outside of that which shall not be discussed. And so, anyhow, it's been just kind of typical as far as my work schedule. However, last week I kind of went on a shopping spree. Well, not earlier in the week, last week, yeah. There were a couple things I did not get in time for today. I think one of them is probably still at the post office. It's stuck somewhere in like the 15 miles that it has to travel. So hopefully it will come here. That item will probably get its own video, or I may possibly There's like that much of a possibility that I may be on live at some point Wednesday. And the reason I say that, I will be off work Wednesday. Wednesday is Veterans Day, so if any of y'all are veterans, thank you. Thank you so much for your service. We all really appreciate that. And so it's a very, very serious day. Anyway, all the state offices are closed on Veterans Day, state and national. So, and all of our vets deserve a day like that. So, anyhow, having said that, I will be off work Wednesday, and I won't be out here in the shop all day Wednesday, but I plan on coming out here at least some for a little while. I definitely will have the other package by then. But today I've got 3 different things, 2 of which I got off of eBay, and 1 that Miko Wolf sent to me. So we're going to look at all of those things. We're going to jump right in it here in a second. Let's see here. Alrighty. See, just looking at the comments. Brian, not sure if I said hi to you earlier, but good morning. Don, did I buy you a present? Don, your birthday was like a couple months ago. Oh, buy you a present for Christmas. That's right. That's the day coming up soon. Yeah. I'm looking to send out some of my stuff. I know I've been saying that for a while. Wednesday I won't be able to send it out when I'm off, and I've got the chance to. The difficult thing is with my work schedule, I have absolutely no time to be able to go to a post office. So getting things mailed off has been difficult for me. And that's why, because Saturdays are the only days that I could conceivably get to the post office, and mine down here locally doesn't open until 9:30 on Saturdays, I believe. Yeah, 9:30, something like that. Anyway, good morning, Fred. Glad you're here. So, since we've got a few things to open up and explore. First one's going to be this guy from Miko Wolf. It is a lock that he promises will be a challenge. So we'll open that up. And then I got this guy right here. So reading Mortise lock. And you can see it's a lever lock. I've peeked inside of this. I've actually peeked inside the other one as well. This is a single lever Mortise lock. I do not have any keys. So eventually that will be a project, but we're going to take this apart to explore it and explore the functionality of it, see what's inside. And then also I have in here, this was a very carefully packaged item, and I do believe it's kind of old. Not sure how old, but we'll take it apart and see. It needs a lot of love because there's all this corrosion on there. Part of the plate has chipped off, unfortunately, and yeah, it's got some issues. So we're going to look at that and potentially a way to fix it. But let's go ahead and get the camera twirled around here. So if you get motion sickness from this, then, look away for a second. And we'll get the back camera. Alrighty. see. So, sorry guys, trying to get all this angled and tilted, and then that way we can look at what's actually going on here. Let's see here. Let's see, trying to find a box capable of fitting the things. Night Owl, what you need is a TARDIS box. Bigger on the inside. And if I can find one of those, I will mail it to you with return postage, and then that way you can put a Blitz in there for me. You can put a few other things in there for me, and just send it back with the flat rate of like what, $8.25? Sure, that'll work. So yeah, I know. Yeah, both of these are single lever, but we'll look at that in a second. Yeah, we are kind of rocking today. 11 people. Sweet. Appreciate it. All right, Miko's here. James, heat wave in Michigan. It's going to be in the 70s. It's actually been pretty warm here the last few days. It's about, it's been between 70, 75. The other day it got up to about 80. Yeah. Dang, Don. Y'all have to pay for the boxes? Wow. All right, so let's see what Miko sent. And sort of know what's in here. And what I'm going to do is, I told Miko, like I said, I'll give it a few minutes to pick on it after we look at it. And then if I can't get it, then what I will do is make its own video later today. This thing's almost childproof. Okay, got a few things in here. Sweet. A couple little cam locks. Awesome. I can definitely play with these. And then, all right, some, let's see here, some security pins. Some nasty looking security pins. And key. Sweet. Little Allen wrench. Get this off of here. Alrighty, yeah, some nice little nasty security pins. Nice little T-pin there. Wow. Okay, and some grub screws. All right, now let's get this guy open. Alrighty, and Let's see. All the grub screws are there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. Set this over here so we don't lose anything. Set these little cam locks. Yeah, these are cool. This will be cool to play with for sure. They've got codes on the front, so I might try using that code software and cutting a key for that one. Let's get this guy clamped up here and see how far we can get. I'm going to give, Miko, I'm going to give 5 minutes for it. Let's see here. Police proof. Yeah. Oh, Don. Yeah. Yep, it got here safe. Let's see. 6 inches of snow. Dang. See, I couldn't live up that way, Fred. That's too much cold for me. Good morning, Pocket Women. Glad you're here. Yeah, Don, this is the first time in a while that my finance department has approved me spending any money on eBay. Okay. All right, Miko. All right, so let's go in here real quick. Like I said, I'm going to give this guy 5 minutes, so it is 17 after. And now, guys, I've not picked a lock since the last time y'all saw me pick one. So we'll see. And get this angled up a little bit here. Get that angled down just a little bit there. I've not done this in a while. Okay, click out of 1. Nothing on 2. Three gave a click. So did 4. 5. 6 and all right, Miko. You told me this was going to be a challenge. Okay. I didn't feel any security pins in there. Were there in this one? Or is that why you sent me the security pins to pin it up? I'm just wondering. Let me grab a follower because we're going to take this guy apart real quick. Let's see. Actually, I don't need a follower or tweezers. I'll just take it out through the grub screws up top here. That was I guess this is the bitting on the key. Yep, works smooth as silk. All right, we'll start by clearing off a pinning tray. I don't want to get anything mixed up or confused. Okay, yeah. All right, Miko. Yeah, no security pins in there. I didn't feel any. Okay. Okay, the screws don't come out of the back. Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's see, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull out. See, I'm going to leave the front pin the same, and then pull out the rest. And what you guys are going to do is y'all are going to pick which security pins go in there. And then I will make a video later and pick it with the pins that you guys choose. We can do this. I think not run over schedule. I've actually never picked a 7-pin lock before. So, even though these are stock pins, the standard driver pins, I can write that down in accomplishments. We have the 6-pin standard. Okay. I can do that in Nido. Okay, so 6-pin, I'm leaving. And then you guys will determine. Let's see. Okay, there's nothing in the 7th chamber, was there? Seven-pin best. No, I don't know. I can't remember if my best core is 7 or not. Of course, this is chambered for 7. So, what we'll have to do is we'll pin it for 7, and then later I will pick it. So, all right, chamber 1. Let's get a closer view here. There we go. All right, chamber 1, what do y'all think for driver pins? Using only these pins here that you see. What would you like to see in there? Chamber 1. Okay. All right, Nido. Yeah. I think I have a Schlage C control blank somewhere. Or I may have cut it. All right, so a thick spool like kind of like this one. All right, that's going into number 1. And then the spring. We'll cap that up. What goes into number 2, y'all? Let's see. Ready? Good morning, LPG. Glad you're here. Pocket Women, are you saying a spool in number 2? Or what have we got? We've got T-pins, we've got serrated, we've got spools. Okay, Don says serrated number 2. Brian says serrated number 2. All right, so we're going with a serrated number 2. All right, and start telling me what y'all think about number 3. What's the next one? Okay. Okay, it's rated in 2. All right, number 3. Ronald, you saying a T-pin in number 3? What do y'all think? T-pin in number 3? Okay. All right, T-pin in number 3. So Night Owl, you're saying do like a little master wafer over the top. Think we'll be all right with this, just for the purposes of what it is. Nobody caught that mistake. What? I made a boo-boo, y'all. Okay. Nobody caught that? Nobody saw what I didn't do? There's the driver, the serrated, but we forgot the bottom pin. Lord help us. All right, so there, go in, spring, grub screw. Yes, I did put the bottom pin in the first one. Alrighty, so now number 3. Get the bottom pin in number 3. And a T-pin. There's the T-pin on top of number 3. And then the spring. And then the grub screw. All right, so what should be in number 4? I need to know what needs to be in number 4, y'all. Let's see. LPG, where I got my grub screws that I use, I actually got them on Amazon. Actually, it's like an assortment of them, but that way I could just sort of kind of figure out what it was. But I got them with my tap kit to where I could thread out the chambers. Amazon's where I got mine from, though, and they were actually really cheap, which, I mean, that works for what we do it what we do with it. Let's see. Gotcha, Night Owl. Yeah, so I guess what I was going for with the T-Pen is the reverse of what would be in the Schlage F series. Just because with that, to me, I mean, it gives you a huge false set that you have to deal with. See, number 4, a spool. All right, James, yeah, it's just a standard Schlage C keyway. So let's see, I'm hearing for, Don says a spool. Pocket Women says a spool. So we're going to go with, actually, I'm going to go with this really, really kind of thin spool right here. Put the bottom pin in first, like we didn't do to start with, and then put that spool in there, put this spring in. All right, so what do y'all think for 5? What do y'all think for 5? There goes the bottom pin for 5. What are we saying for 5? Yeah, shaft down. Yeah, that's how. Yeah, Brian, I put it in with the shaft of it. This part right here, pointing down. That way, it sort of acts like a spool in a sense, but you get a lot more falset. But it is, like Night Owl said, it is kind of easy to set those. So, it gives you, let's see, so number, what are we putting 5, y'all? Serrated. Let's see, serrated. I think serrated sounds good to me. Put a serrated in there. And then what do we do for number 7, guys? Number 7 will be the last one. See if we can get that down in there. That's going to be really, really, shouldn't be like that with that spring, obviously, because I've got too many things in there. Lord, how'd that happen? All right. 1 key pin, 1 serrated, 1 spring, 1 bourbon, 1 grub screw, and 1 beer. All right, so for number 7, what's the final answer for number 7? Yeah, Don, 6 is going to be a standard. I left 6 in place with the standard, and what that helps do is stabilizes the core. So you can see we got a little bit of wobble in there. If these were all standard, you wouldn't have that much wobble. But with a standard pin in there, it helps kind of, it makes it a little bit more difficult to get your security pins set sometimes. Just, it depends on the lock, but the main point of having 1 standard pin in a lock, even if the rest of them are all security pins, is the standard pin helps keep the plug from wobbling, too much when you put it in there. Because if the plug wobbled from side to side, trying to get your key in there and inserted would not really work. And of course, I think we've got pretty good balance here because this still turns smooth as silk. wants to catch a little bit right there. Coming back across. So I think we'll have some fun with that. All right, spool for 7. A 9 bottom pin with the serrated. Okay. Ooh, a number 9 bottom pin. Let's get it. Let's get it. Raise the camera a bit so it's not in our way. So number 9 Schlage would be a 300. It's going to be one of these long guys right here. So we're going to drop that into number 7. And let's see. So either serrated or spool. Let's go with the serrated. I like that. For that one. And we'll drop a handy dandy spring in there. And that's a nice, see how much that spring's sticking up there? Let's see if I've got a different spring. I think I got one right here. Here we go. All right, so this spring, that's actually out of that, it's out of that thing that I drilled last weekend. So I'm going to put that down there. And of course, our key won't work now because, well, it shouldn't work. Why is our key working? Because it's riding up just on the tip there just enough. And with that long cut pin in the back, that is just enough to allow it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, probably that last one's riding up just there on the tip of the key, letting it pass the shear line. So there we've got it. All right, so what I'm going to do, since we've got some other stuff to go over today and look at, I'm going to set this right over here, just like that. And then once we're done with the live, I will come back and probably after I eat lunch, honestly, come back and pick that in its own video, and we'll see how it turns out. Alrighty, let's get to looking at this guy next. One of my eBay purchases. Okay, yeah, Night Owl. Yeah, basically just hey Jason, glad you're here. I figured you would stop by today because we've got a couple of old guys to look at, take apart. And this reading is going to be the first one. No, it's not a Jason reads. It's a Tim reading. Well, it just says reading, but you know, I'm Tim and I am reading what is on there. So I guess that counts as Tim reads. Anyway, let's see. All right, so this was on eBay. I think I spent a grand total of probably about $12 on this thing, 12, 13, maybe. It was less than 15, counting shipping. You can see it takes a bit key, and we've got a bit of side warding on it right there on the case. So then the warding you see back there is, of course, for this side. It's got a little viewing window right there, which actually Jason talked about in one of his recent videos. And then I think this is another viewing window, but we're going to angle down just a bit. And then we're going to take this guy apart. And I kind of already peeked inside just to see what was there. But we're going to take it apart just to see if there's anything that really needs to be fixed. It does have, before I go all the way, of course it has the deadbolt right there, and then the latch, and then of course your locked and unlocked buttons. The latch does work. I don't have any handles or spindle for it, so but the latch does work, and then you hit your locked button and your latch is not going to retract. So let's get this plate off of here. And I'm curious to explore how the function of this works, because obviously if you push that button and then shut the door, you're not going to be able to get it unlocked unless if you have the key. Nothing is exploding in there. Here's the inside of the case. I didn't clean anything off yet. Again, I figured I would do a separate video. But I will brush the spider webs off of there, so you can see the markings, kind of see what's on the inside plates there. It's in pretty good shape, actually. Let's see. Let me look at the comments real quick. Hey, Jason, we were talking in the comments earlier, in the chat earlier, and we're going to get you a prescription for 500 milligram tablets of Nopolidol, and hopefully that will help you through this trying time. We are all with you in your losses, in your loss of the leaning pole. And I mean, I can kind of relate. But anyway, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, here is the innards. And we can see it is in really good condition. It's not missing any springs or anything. And, you know, of course you can... well, I don't have enough room with the camera to do that, but, you know, of course you have a knob or a lever in there, and it will pull that latch back, and the springs are keeping it in place. They all look really, really good up here. There's some cobwebs built up back in there, and you can see maybe spider body right there, which I believe, from everything I've learned so far, old mortise locks would not actually be authentic if they did not contain at least a few spider carcasses. So you can see down here, all the springs are intact and in place. And we have one lever slides up and allows the bolt to travel through. My question is, what is the purpose of this thingy? I don't think I've seen it in any of your videos, Jason. And I'm wondering, is that how you're able to retract the latch if you have this lock engaged right there? Obviously, that lever comes up. Let's see. That's retracted. I would think that would catch somewhere, or catch on something, and allow it to pull that back. Let's see here. Key outside, split hub opens. Okay. All right, so you're saying this is about, this should be what, up this way? Is this another lever? Is that what y'all are saying? G Keyman and Jason? Push the vertical lever halfway. I guess we would have to... Yeah, I mean, that doesn't look right. It should be over here, shouldn't it? There should be a 2-lever. That's what y'all are saying, right? Very carefully. Y'all are saying it should be like that. But then it doesn't really fit over that. And that spring is pushed down in there, so... And then with that second, with this one in place, it doesn't really fit like that. I mean, I think you could probably pound it down in there, but I don't think it's going to do anything. But again, it doesn't make sense for that to be there either, to me. No, put it back. Stump upwards. Okay. All right, putting this back. Everybody's screaming, put that back. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. There we go. That's it. So that one goes that way. That spring stays there. So you come through with the key, unlock the bolt, and then what? Turn it that way while you're pushing down. All right, so how is that in there? Is it that way? No, wasn't that way. I'm glad I got that on video so I can see. I think it goes this way. Yeah, there we go. That way. All right. Okay, there we go. I can see that now. Yeah. So the question is, how does that get operated by the key? Because that's pretty nifty, if you ask me. But you can operate that with the key as well. Operate the latch with the key when the lever is locked. Okay. I see a bunch of nose, put it back, nose. All right, yeah. Yep. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I guess the key would have to function to come up that way. There we go. There's a better view of it. So that slides over there to that ward, and then it would slide up that way to retract the latch, which is a really, really, really cool mechanism. And I would love to make a key for it. I've got a couple Bitkey blanks that I ordered on eBay as well, but I doubt they will fit. And I've never ordered Bitkey blanks before, and I imagine they'll have to be cut a certain kind of way. And I was thinking that, that was a viewing window right there. I know that's a viewing window for this lever right here, but this lever here, that's kind of interesting. So, what do you guys think? Gotcha, Night Owl. Okay. Hey, Lowell. Glad you're here. See, so... Okay. So, Night Owl, what you're saying is, if it's in the locked position, we don't spring or sprung anything, key would come in, come up, catch the lever, catch the bolt. It would be turning this way, clockwise, and then come around, catch that, and then also catch that until it's stopped. Then you open the door, push in the button, and then your latch would be free to turn. Sweet. That is really, really, really cool. I'm just taking a peek here just to see Putting it back. There we go. Yeah. Again, all these springs up here, everywhere, actually look really, really good intact. So yeah, that's a very, very cool mechanism, actually. Jason, I may have to send this to you to make a key for it. Just because this is outside of, what my knowledge is. But it's still a very, very cool mechanism. Yeah, I'll spray it down with some Houdini or something, maybe. But yeah, it works. I mean, that's very, very cool, I think. Just to see how that is. And I'd love to get a date on it. I don't see any, of course, don't see any type of dates on here or anything. Let's go ahead and put this guy back together. There we go. All fits together. We're going to take a look at this other one. This other one's going to take, I know it's not quite as complex as this, but we'll get this one secured down, screwed in place here. This other one, I believe, is much older and definitely has a lot more rust and wear. Yep. Has a split handle hub. Okay. And all right, so split handle hub would be sort of akin to the modern split hub where it sort of screws together in the middle, but you want to make sure that you don't screw it together too tight so that each handle can operate independently. Is that correct, Night Owl? And yeah, Rune, I've heard of that locksmith shop too. I think he's got a YouTube channel as well. But yeah, I've heard he makes keys. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, Night Owl. Yeah. I'll take this apart again after live and post some pictures on Twitter. Then maybe, and I think over on Lock Reference there's some of the old catalogs as well. I don't know if this one would be in it. So let's set that guy aside because apparently he was worth a little bit more than what I thought, and definitely what I paid for. Yeah, Brian, I might need Jason's pager number to get a hold of him. All right, so this guy here, this is an old Corbin. And I like Corbin stuff, but, like I was saying, this guy, he's got some problems here. It does have this interesting switch, which I've already peeked at and can show you. It's got the bolt and the latch. However, it's missing a spring. And this guy needs some real love and attention. One side still kind of has some of the original finish on here, but is corroded all up around here. And I thought this one would be a really good candidate just to do this kind of a full restoration type video on. And we'll see what see what it holds. But it is, I mean, it's just all kinds of rusty, but, you know, I don't know how old this thing is either. And, but it is old enough to have spider carcasses in the inside. I guess we could send these off and get them carbon dated or something to see how old they are. There's some numbers there. Let's get the brush. Okay, 523. Looks like a quarter right there, like 1/4. So let's look at the insides of this. Let's see. Okay, yeah. All right, Lowell. Have a great one. Glad you stopped by. Navel jelly. Belly button lint. Yeah, this, I think for this, something like CLR would definitely be too harsh. But we can see, here's a spring right here. This little button, or this little latch right here, would keep it from, keep the latch from retracting no matter what. It's not as elaborate as that other one, but you could switch it to the free position. And I think based on like these holes right here, you could, and then also let's put this back on here, hold it secure. I think those are mounting holes to where you could actually mount it on the inside of a door instead of it being actually mortised inside. And then you could hold it on there, and then of course it would have access to the keyway drilled from the outside, but that switch would be on the inside, so it'd be, you know, you wouldn't be able to retract the latch from the outside though. So that would definitely not pass today's fire codes, but would probably have sufficed back at least 100 years ago. And again, I don't know how old this would be. And Night Owl is going to take some hours in the catalog to try to find. But one thing I'm noticing is that like that spring there, and then of course the spring for the right here for the bolt, or actually just regular curly springs, not any flat springs. And I don't know what kind of spring would be here for the latch. We'll take that out. Take this out. There's definitely a post right there, but I don't know how this would spring back. I don't know if that would be a spring like this, in which case would be easy to find to replace, or if it would be one of those flat springs. But this one is definitely a lot simpler locking mechanism. You know, that's the hub. It is not a split hub. It's a solid hub, so we can actually take this out, take that out, take that little latch out. This is the bolt. You can see how nice and corroded it is. I don't know, it doesn't seem to be that bad once you get at it with a brush. So maybe just a little bit of cleaning vinegar and some elbow grease to get that off of there. We'll set that right there, and then here's the one lever. Very gently lift that up. You can see, there we go. It's a pretty thick lever too. That on there. So yeah, I'm curious about the, let's see, there we go. Yeah, this is going to take a little bit more than Houdini, but I'm really curious to see what y'all think about as far as springs for this latch right here. What kind of spring that might take, because this would be mounted flush like that and then pulled taut under spring tension and then be able to move back and forth like that. So I'm thinking that is definitely a post for the spring, but there's no spring here, so, and I don't really see it just sitting there like that. So I'm not sure how that would be in there. Let's see. Let's look at the comments here. Vapor rust. Yeah, I thought about that. Maybe LPG. Yeah, rim lock. Yeah, Night Owl, that's what I was thinking, is that, you know, it attaches on the inside. You know, it's basically just a one lever version of what your night latch is today. I'm mostly curious about that spring. I think if I could get that spring and then find a key that would come up in here, because that's actually going to be pretty high to cut. And it wouldn't be that much, but anyway, that's what I'm wondering about. Okay, Fred. Yeah. Hey, Fred, since you've got some of these, if yours has the if you can, snap me a picture of what's inside of yours like that. I'd be curious to see how the spring is arranged in there, and to see kind of if I can manufacture anything or get anything put together. All right, GQ Man. Thank you for stopping by. Good luck at the flea market. Let's see. All right, Night Owl. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be just be interesting to see how that goes together, because I think I could get that done. Jason, since you're back, I think I'm going to try to page this locksmith that I know down in Mississippi, see if he might be able to make a key for this thing. It's a, I don't know how to approach it, but I would love to learn, and then, or at least watch you do it, and then I could learn a little bit. It's got that funny warding right there. But yeah, this guy would clean up nicely. I don't know. I might actually, even if I were to get a key for it, I might actually have to put this into use just to do it service, or at least put it into active display. I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know anything. All right, but yeah, if I could get like some pictures of how this guy goes together, I'm pretty sure once I find a bit key that would go through there, I could get this guy restored. I'd like to know how old it is. Of course, it's missing bits of the metal there, and this corner's broke off there. But it would still be a pretty cool lock to have. What is it? Because the switch is down. The night switch is down. Yeah, needs a spring for sure. So we're gonna put this guy back together, and then Jason. Yeah, YouTube does have how-to videos. I saw a video on YouTube once, how to pick a lock. I didn't think it could be done until I watched it on there. But anyway, but yeah, this I guess the biggest thing is trying to figure out what kind of blanks these guys use, and then just cutting down the blanks. But it would be really, really cool. Be really cool to get these guys restored. The one that I've got coming in the mail, that again is probably sitting there in the post office for me right now, is actually another mortise lock that actually takes the actual mortise cylinder. It's not a bit key lock, and let's see, I don't have a way to show you the picture of it, but when it gets here, I will definitely share it with y'all. It is I think it's either a Sargent or a Yale. I can't even remember, to be honest with you. Let me try something. If something goes wrong, what I'll probably wind up doing is making a separate video for each of these. Also, today, I have this guy right here to do a picking video of, and we will pick this guy open later. Until then, he's sitting right over here on the pinning tray, and I think that's going to about wrap it up for today. Close. All right. Fred. Cool. James, I've had somebody swear to me they can and actually have unlocked a car with a tennis ball before. I just said, okay. Let's see, Nido might be a flat spring that runs up the left side and hooks onto those ledges behind the latch head. So take this apart real quick. Again, just guy needs a really, really good cleaning. So you're talking about a spring that runs up behind here to keep it pushed forward like that. Like, basically it would run from here up to here and then back here and apply spring pressure like that. Is that what you're talking about, Night Owl? Other side. Talking about over here. So I don't really see anywhere here. And that would make sense to me to have one looped around that post somehow. So you're talking about, Night Owl, you're talking about a spring going up this way, up here. Flat spring runs up the left side, hooks onto here. Okay, all right, I see. So it'd be something that hooks back here. But this, if you take that out like that, it's not really, unless if it came all the way back over here, I'm not seeing where it would grab. I guess it would grab right there. And because it needs to be pushing that way. So it would be like, what, a flat spring, come up through there, pivot like that. Okay. So here, basically you got a spring, comes up like that, tucks onto there, and then springs back. Okay, I see what you mean now. Yeah, all the way from the bottom here. Gotcha. And then that is just more or less a stop from turning the spindle too far. Gotcha. Okay, I see it now. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So I need to get some spring steel. Not Springsteen, but spring steel. And then run it up that way, and I guess it would catch right on the bottom there. So all the way down to here. And then lever against that when it goes back. I see now. All right, yeah, gotcha. Okay, well that will definitely be on my materials list. Things to try to find. I was looking for some spring steel, but it's kind of expensive, so I'll probably try to procure it elsewise, and in the meantime get all the rust cleaned off of this guy. So anyway, y'all, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Okay. Style of thin, yep. Okay, Night Owl. Yeah, I might need to get some spring stock from you. But anyway, let me get this tightened down a little bit here. Yeah, LPG, I'm definitely planning some videos on this. Getting it all edited together may be a bit of a difficulty, but I would definitely like to get it done, and yeah, just kind of explore with it. I'd love to get a key for this guy. Love to make one for it, and just kind of clean it up a little bit. The outside doesn't need hardly anything at all. This guy would probably need refinishing. Well, not probably, does need refinishing on the outside. Just have to figure out a way to safely do that. But anyway, yeah. Alrighty, guys. So let's shift the camera. Shift the camera real quick. Get this around here. And there we go. Alrighty. No, it's not beer. It's V8. How else do you think I have this much energy and pep in the morning? Anyway, guys. Alright. Thank you again for joining in. I will, after a quick lunch break, and also Jason's video, he's getting ready to go live here in about half an hour, so we'll tune in then. I will film the video of the Miko Wolf challenge with 7 pins pinned up, and we will we'll pick it, take it apart, just to prove that I didn't change anything in the meantime. And thank you again, Miko. I really do appreciate it. It's been a while since I picked a challenge lock, and I know that wasn't even really a challenge lock, but you know, it is a lock, and we as a community came together and made it challenging. So, anyway, your lethal amounts of caffeine. Not quite. I'm actually not big on caffeine. I used to drink like almost 2 liters of Mountain Dew per night on night shift. That coupled with nicotine was not a good combination. So I've actually cut out like all the caffeinated drinks. Like I don't drink Coke or Pepsi anymore. I can't tell you the last time I've had Mountain Dew. I drink Sprite in the mornings. Because one of the medicines that I take actually gives me like a permanent little tickle in the back of my throat. So fizzy stuff helps with that. So either Sprite or tonic water. I like drinking that during the day. V8 because I'm trying to eat less fatty foods, I guess. I was bulking up on too many carbs in the mornings. And so I've been good this week. And just had V8 and, like hash browns or something. Just a small hash brown from like McDonald's or Bojangles. Anyway, yeah. And then, of course, last night on my way home, I had a plan for dinner, and it was going to be salmon and, nice and healthy. And then because I had the window down, because I always have my windows down when I drive, I smelled Burger King. I said, And so I had a double Whopper for dinner last night instead of salmon. Salmon's going to be today, though. And fried calamari is going to be the appetizer. Calamari are pretty cheap, actually. The work to put into it's not completely easy, but it's not terribly difficult. So anyway, we're going to see how that happens. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and call it a day from here. We got half an hour till Jason starts his live. We'll all join in over that way. Hey, Urban Locksmith, didn't see you sneak in. Thank you for coming by. Coffee in the donuts. Fred, I've not drank coffee since late teens, actually. Everybody joked with me, told me it would stunt my growth, and then I realized that maybe they were right. So, and now I realize that, yeah, that probably had something to do with it. I am the tallest person in my family, though, between mom, dad, and my little brother. Anyway, so, anyhow, all right, folks. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Appreciate all the advice and the knowledge, and thank you for exploring these logs with me. I'm really excited to get them done and make videos on them, all three of them. So we're gonna get started on that here this afternoon, and then again Wednesday. I may do a live on Wednesday. So if you see that pop up Wednesday, just kind of know it's not a fluke. It won't be early like Saturdays are. It'll be probably afternoon or early evening, to be completely honest. So anyway, folks, appreciate it, guys and gals, everybody. Urban Locksmith. I started drinking coffee when I was 12 too. Nobody, well, actually, yeah, several in my family are over 6 feet, but anyway. All right, so, yep, appreciate it, Miko Wolf. Appreciate the luck. Appreciate the advice. As always, yes, I will. See y'all over at Jason's. Be safe. Be healthy. Hey, Kurt, glad you're here. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, folks, that's it. Appreciate y'all being by here. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all have a great week coming up. Be healthy. Be safe. And most important,